celeb headlines. It seems that there's been some rumors about Drake, and we kind of believed it because, you know, the K.Dot versus him. We were like, oh, that's believable. Well, rumors have been claiming that he sent a cease and desist to Kendrick Lamar to basically block him from performing Not Like Us at the halftime show.
Oh, my God.
And Drake's reps said that the rumors are not true. Of course, there's never any intention or plan to cease and desist anyone. They're just letting everybody know that's not true. Now, that's on top of the rumor that K.Dot ends up bringing out Wayne because it's such an egregious thing out there to leave Wayne off the stage.
Yes.
But then Drake comes out with Wayne.
Yeah.
And then they squash the beef.
That would be awesome.
Would it?
Yes.
Awesome?
Would it be awesome?
I mean, for me personally, I think it would be a really good look. I would like to see it.
If you bring out Wayne and then Wayne brings out Drake, and as the boss of New Orleans makes these two dudes shake hands. Now, of course, it's Kendrick's working behind, but the scene would look like Wayne now brings out his guy and says, man, y'all got to, you know, I don't know how. But I'm saying, he's like, y'all got to squash this thing. And then they squash. I don't know how it would sound, but he's like, y'all got to squash this, baby. And they squash it out, and then the world sees it on the biggest stage that these two huge hip-hop artists now put their gauntlets down.
Come together.
That will kill Not Like Us.
It deserves to die.
Yes,
it's at the time now where it's like it don't need to be on This Is Hits Volume 58. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So they squash it that way. Now, that will mean that Drake loses.
Yes.
Because Drake pretty much caught all these L's, and so for him to go out there and shake hands with Kendrick, it would have to be kind of, you know.
Would his ego allow that to happen? Probably not.
That would probably be the biggest thing, but there would be a huge win because people would see everybody walk away positive.
Yeah.
They would even see a good kiss for Wayne, saying, man, they came to your city and you put this whole thing together. He would get a little shine for that too, and Kendrick wouldn't look like the dude that just bullied his way in with Jay-Z in the NFL and took over somebody's city, but there was a moment.
I don't think
I
don't think that works out for two reasons. One, like I said before, that means the song "Not Like Us" totally dies because then you don't hate him that much.
It's about time though. It's about time. I mean, come on. I mean, we had a whole summer of pedophilia.
Yeah.
And, you know, and now we going into the holidays, man. But we don't need to be in a whole new year still talking about Drake like a little, like a man minor. But I think, you know what I'm saying? We don't need all that.
I think the biggest reason why it doesn't work out though is because I think Drake is gonna use this. Like now that Kendrick has the stage, I think Drake uses this so that he can do his own halftime show, so he could show.
He said he's been offered and he's turned it down multiple times.
He's turned him down, and honestly, he could still do his own halftime show. Him coming out there and shaking a hand and doing the whole thing is not gonna preclude him from being on stage doing his albums and albums and albums. That would, hell, Kendrick just did it 2 years ago and he's hosted it, so that ain't gonna preclude him from that. So I mean, again, it's a rumor. Who knows? We just like to talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
We got more coming up. Don't move. And there's one thing that is scarier than Jason Voorhees, than Freddy Krueger, than the big snake in Anaconda. There's one thing that is scarier, and it's a documentary dropping about you online.
Oh my God! It's
because we have seen things when R. Kelly's dropped off. Bow, he was in trouble. You know, Bill Cosby. Bow, like, you know what I'm saying. When you hit the streaming world,
yes,
the world that didn't know all that was out there to know, finds out. And then you become a story, and then people who look into crime start looking into you. It's the kiss of death. If you have a documentary that's going to drop about you, it's a scarlet letter because your time is numbered.
Got to make you feel nervous for
Chris
sure.
Brown's legal troubles. And all of his history of whatever he's gone through that we've known about and some that we didn't is now going to debut on October 27th with Chris Brown, A History of Violence.
Oh, gosh, he's going to have a hard time.
That's the name of it. It's going to explore all the legal issues that Chris Brown has had. Domestic violence, assault charges, the Rihanna thing, just a bunch of it. It's basically, it's a new accuser that's out there right now that's making a lot of attention The identity is hidden. They're going to come forward with allegations about Chris Brown as well.
I saw like she was in a dark, dim light room. She's probably she's going to be hidden.
So this is going to be bad.
And this is after the Rihanna thing, though, too, right?
Oh yeah, no, these are the allegations. They're going to talk about Rihanna. You know, how he started in the industry. Boom, it's going to him and dating Rihanna and what happened, and then it's all the allegations that we've heard about, but over the years, it's been scattered here or there, and certain things that have happened in his house with guns and certain allegations with his exes.
And some stuff has been fake, though.
Right.
Like some people have been found out that they came in there trying to come up, and so some of that is like been debunked. But there have been issues that have happened at his house, whether it was at parties, whether it was other friends that were there, other artists, whatever. And he's been at the center of a lot of those allegations. And so, like, the way you see now Diddy, I think he has 120 that have all said they're going to put individual cases. So now you have Chris Brown, where people who have been there, they're going to, you know, some people are victims, some people are opportunists, but all of those people now are going to all be paraded on this documentary. And then afterwards, the lawyer from The View, Sunny, she's going to do a long thing after that about intimate partner violence and stuff like that. So it's this big, huge thing that's going to be centered around Breezy. And we have not seen documentaries fare well, especially for these sex symbol star guys.
Yeah. And it's compressed into, you know, I don't even know how many episodes. But when you watch something like that, instead of living it throughout the years, you forget certain allegations that have happened.
This is gonna be like we just talked about him like a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the Michael Jackson comparison and everything else, and kind of like, should it be time to let Breezy go because he hasn't, you know, had any issues? This is going to bring it all back to the forefront, and then he's going to start responding. The worst thing ever is for Chris Brown to start speaking up for himself.
He will.
Yeah.
Because Chris Brown don't speak up for himself well.
Yeah.
He's not polished.
To your point, though, I had no idea that he had legal troubles and other assault charges after the whole Rihanna.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Are you crazy? The
Crazy.
Rihanna thing was damn near 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he's had mad stuff that Chris Brown has like a house that is graffitied up and has all of these. And he through COVID, he was having parties. You know, through afterwards, he's had things where artists and stuff came through, and he, you know, just like Drake says, hey, I'm in Calabasas, come on out. And he has people come out there as well. And there have been gun issues. There have been police that were swatting his house. And then there was a girl that was in there who was like, you know, somebody in his camp got with her against kind of like her will, but she was partied up or whatever. So he's been surrounded by these headlines and whatever. And rumor, some have gone away, some have been settled, but then again, some have not. And this, like I said, documentaries are the death of pretty much single sex symbol guys out there. Like, you know, guys out there that's like, and if it's crimes, but it's death. It's a death wish for your career. It just is.
The thing that I don't get is, like, especially like Chris Brown, he's been coming out with music within the last couple of years. And if this dude has such a bad history, it's like, how come we haven't found out about this? Same thing like with the Diddy thing. Why does it take so long for all this information to come out?
I don't know why it takes so long. I don't know why certain people are targeted, and then, you know, documentaries come out with them over other artists. But I've definitely known about these allegations with Chris Brown, because I swear to you, it's like one a year or every other year, and they're quite salacious, like crazy stuff that happens in his house.
I mean, the other stuff, like when the ABC wasn't supposed to ask him about the Rihanna thing because it was like about a specific project, and they asked him, and then he went in the dressing room and destroyed the dressing room, and glass was falling down from the building and hitting people down low, and then people were like, I'm gonna sue because that was Chris Brown. Like, you know, he doesn't react well to this stuff, and now he's lashing out on social media and all that. So it's just that, trust me, that's gonna be a heartbreaker. You mentioned Diddy. Ashton Kutcher is now, according to reports, worried that Diddy's going to use his name so he could try and lessen his charges. Like, he could try and add, you know, like, hey, I'm going to tell you guys about some other people and then lessen his blow. So what it feels like to me as I read these is that Ashton Kutcher knows
He got something.
He
going.
knows that he's like, so he's trying to get
Nervous.
ahead of it right now and
Right.
say, oh man, I hope he doesn't try and sacrifice any of us, blah, 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 blah. And
Yeah, you're kind of putting yourself out there. Now you're admitting, but you're not admitting.
because your
anything.
wife is now looking at you like, I ain't always been with you.
Well, she stuck by him during his best friend in
Danny
that
Masterson.
Yeah, and now he's going to jail for like
But
forever.
but he's doing 30 years. What's his name? Not Kelso? Kelso?
Yeah.
Was he wasn't
No, that's-
Kelso. He was
No, Kelso was
Hyde.
Ashton Kutcher.
He was Hyde on that 70s show, and he's doing 30 years of a sentence. But this was his Demi Moore time. Remember,
Yeah.
he
Yes.
was with her, and so he was running around, and he's with Puff and
Yes.
all the celebrity circle or whatever. So now Mila Kunis is probably sitting there
what
like,
the hell? Who is this person I
wait,
married?
what?
Yeah.
What now?
Who did I marry?
You looking very suspect right now.
But she's known him since she was like
14. 14 years
like
old.
she was 14 when they first
That
like
70s
started
show.
working together, and
They were. He was her first kiss, and it was on camera at 14.
But
and,
the-
she,
I
and
think it
he,
was 14,
he
14.
but he wasn't 14.
No, he
No.
was of age.
That's what I'm saying. So now it makes it look even crazier.
Yeah.
It's about
Very
to get
sus.
bad.
As
It's about to get bad.
As Ashton Kutcher, though, you have a bad track record right now because the last person you just try to vouch for
Yeah.
is in jail for
Yeah,
sexual
for
assault.
bad stuff.
And
So-
now Diddy's in jail for sexual assault, and you're afraid that he's going to come out with lies
Stories.
about you.
Yeah, if this was a Law and Order, you would be up on that board where they tape you up on that board. It's like, all right, you got Diddy, and then you got a line. It's like
Oh, yeah.
Ashton Kutcher, and then you got a line. It's like Danny Masterson. They're like, this is the guy.
This is the guy in the middle.
This is the guy we got to
The
look out
connect.
for. All right, it's getting nasty.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
Thank you guys for watching the video. For all things wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.